Okay, it is here, it is here. I ordered from Amazon a new tripod, a carbon fiber. It's called Artcise, A-R-T-C-I-S-E, I believe it is. Paid for it myself through Amazon. Come on in, Ellie, come on in. So this isn't a promo of any kind. I don't normally like doing unboxing videos, but I'm doing this for my buddy Chad because he specifically requested. He says he loves unboxing videos, which I've done a couple, but I don't really like doing unboxing videos. But he said it's like Christmas morning for everybody. So for him, you've seen Chad. If you've ever seen any of my travel videos, you've seen Chad. I'm doing this. So here's the big box. Here's the little box. It's inside of it. There's no packing whatsoever. I didn't necessarily expect to see another box inside. Artcise, A-R-T-C-I-S-E, and it is a carbon fiber tripod. So, it comes with a nice square carrying bag with, on this side, a zipper pouch. What's inside the zipper pouch? I'm going to put this knife away so I don't cut myself on it. Right now, the spikes for the bottoms of the legs, some tripod, some Allen wrenches, a couple different sizes. Here's another Allen wrench. And 3/8 to 1/4 inch conversion. I guess this is for different size screwdriver tips. And as I mentioned over in here, instruction manual in Chinese and English. And those look like heavy-duty spike legs, so those are pretty good. And 3 different, so I got a total of 4 different Allen wrenches. So that's that little pack. All right, open this up. Got the double zipper system, so you can go both ways. In here, there's your center pole. Let's see what's in these wrapped up. Bubble wrap, yeah, so you get some therapy. But this isn't really great bubble wrap, so not going to give you as much therapy as maybe you'd like. Okay, this is an accessory adapter, because there's a thing on the side of it where you can mount this, and then you can mount various accessories. This one, you want to mount a microphone or a phone, yeah, so here is for your cell phone, so you can put it there as a monitor, and that screws right on there like that. Maybe, if you get it lined up right, I guess, or maybe it goes on this one, we'll see. Maybe I'll even read the instructions, but I doubt it. Oh look, some edibles for the young millennials that like a challenge. They can eat some of this silicone gel, even though it says do not, or throw away, do not eat. But I don't know, maybe I should save it for some of those intelligent millennials. Oh, and a strap. So if you want to strap it on instead of just having the hand carry case. Out of the bag it comes. That down there. Plenty of some more therapy pop and bubble wrap. Yeah, you can get a little bit of pops out of that. And some more therapy pop and bubble wrap. Okay, so I'm just going to set this down over by the box. It's got a bag, so you can put some weight in there if you want, or you can put some extra lenses or whatever you want. Reason I ordered this one is I have a Manfrotto. I've had that Manfrotto for years, but it has the Manfrotto head. I could have got an Artcise head for the Manfrotto, but I wanted carbon fiber. So let's see, this allows it to rotate that way. There's also, so you got rotation here on the very top part, and you also have rotation down here, which you can lock down. And then you've got two, there we go. So on this one down here, you've got a indent here on this side and here on this side. They're only about on the thirds, I think. I think that'd be about on the thirds. So from side to side if you need to do that. So that locks, okay, that locks it from turning, I think, because it does not lock the ball head. This is locked now. The only way to lock the ball head is with this small screw here, which I'm not really a fan of. I would prefer it quite a bit if, well, let's see. Okay, so this one, all right, that does, yeah, that one does lock it down, sorry. So you've got two ways of locking this head down, and so we'll see how that locks down. It's not the greatest head I've ever seen, but we'll give it some time and see how it does. It does have a bubble level on the top. It also has a little bit of a slider option here with measurements both on the side here and inside there are two other levels. So you've got lots of levels on this that you can use before you set the camera on it. You also have, oh no, okay. So I have to read the instructions on how this part here works, where you've got an indentation there with what looks like fits one of the Allen wrenches for sure. Yeah, it does. So gives you some options. That is the unboxing part of it. Hopefully you learned something. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take it out and look at some outside where we can extend it to its full height and check the weight. The legs feel very good. Let's see, they unlock quickly. Of course, it's brand new. You would expect that it would tighten down good, which it does. And pretty simple operation there. So there you go. Let's take it outside and see what how tall it gets and do some weight testing on it. And some other options. By the way, this does have a built-in monopod, and we'll learn about that also. So that's the unboxing part just for you, Chad. Yes, we're outside now, and apologize if there's any background noise or anything. We live near an Air Force base, so I'm hoping no planes fly over. one did a few minutes ago. But remember I told you about the little adapter. Now by the way, the tripod, I didn't tell you the model number. The tripod is the CS80C. CS80C. And the head that comes with it at this is the UB, still Artcise, UB40. Okay? So, and obviously just like any other good tripod, you can take this head off and put a different head on if you want. The adapter here goes into a little screw mount that is on the side right here, and you just screw that in, and then it's a standard. I'm pretty sure it's a standard 1/4 inch. Since I'm right-handed, I have to turn it around this way, and it fits right in there. Will I ever use that? I don't know. We'll see. The other thing that's interesting, you've got a cold shoe up here on top, so if you wanted to put a mic or if you wanted to put anything else that fits with a cold shoe, and on the other end there's another 1/4 inch opening. You could even put a second tripod head on there if you wanted to, that took a 1/4 inch. So that's the little adapter that goes on it. Now, the other thing I didn't tell you inside is that this is sold under the name Artcise 81 inch. So we're going to see if it's 81 inch. Probably the monopod goes up to 81 inches. The monopod is taken off by the one grip here has the soft rubber, and you just unscrew it. There it's got a 3/8 head. Then you can put that in there if you want, or you can just put any other tripod head on there. For right now, I don't have another one right here where I can throw it on there. I have several in the house. Everybody needs lots of tripod heads. So without any additional tripod head or this here, now my weight, it is going down a little bit, but then I put quite a bit of weight on it. So let's see how tight we can lock it. Alright, so there, I cannot get that to slide. So that's good. Now, we will insert that back in there. By the way, the metal on these seem to be pretty sturdy. Here's that airplane I was threatening you on, so I'm going to pause here for a minute, come back when the airplane's gone. Now, when you live near an Air Force base, you get to deal with that. They do try to move their routes around some, so you're not always getting the same thing. Now, why did I bother to do that? I wanted to show you how you can remove the foot and put the spikes on. If you're outdoors, or you're somewhere where you've got soft ground and you want to go in, you can put the spike on. And the spike has a little hole in the side right there. So if you really want to put it tight, just put this Allen wrench in there and or anything else that will go in that hole, and just cinch it down a little bit. I'm going to go back to the rubber feet. Just because that's what's on all of them and I don't want to change them. So let's see how tall this goes with there's 4 lengths, 1, 2, 3, and then the one that is already there. One of the other things I like about this is it does not have a center pole. It does have one available. If you want to put a center pole on it, you can, but you have to remove the tripod head to do that, as far as I can tell so far. Now, for your information, I am just barely shy of 6 feet tall. I always told people I was 6 feet. When I was younger, I was 5'11" and a half, but I always told people I was 6 foot. Now I'm about 5'11" in my old age, you know, the world's oldest blogger. So this has got some good height to it. I didn't cinch that back down. This has got some good height to it. So it says it's good for 77 pounds. And I'm almost lifting my feet off the ground, and I'm a lot more than 77 pounds. Really, really close to 200. Just shy of that, but anyway. So it seems to be a pretty good solid. I don't, you know, if you jar it, of course, it's going to move. I mean, obviously. But it seems to be a good, solid tripod there. We'll see how it works, or how it goes in, you know, after I've had it for a couple of years. But I'm not as heavy a user as some of you younger users might be. Now I'm bringing these in to show you the next feature on this. Ouch! Gotta watch your fingers when you're doing that, because I just pinched my finger there. Now, these legs do go out. What you do is you grab hold of this silver part and pull it out. Then you can pull it out to here, or to here. So it goes out pretty straight. Wonder if you can even, okay, no. So that's, you can take that out pretty darn straight. And you can take this little Allen wrench and you can loosen or tighten how easy it is to get those to go up or down. I don't want it very easy. So this will go very low to the ground. Just pretty much the thickness here, plus maybe an inch or two. But anyway, very low to the ground. So as you can see, it goes up very high, it goes down very low, and I paid, well, with taxes and everything, it was a little over $300, but without the taxes, I believe it was advertised, and I paid $287 for it. That is not expensive for a good tripod. Is this a good tripod? Well, that remains to be seen. It is much lighter than my Manfrotto. It does have the Arctic Swiss head. So far, everything seems to be very tight. You have to tighten that down there. Everything seems to be very, very tight. I can't, well, there I was able to there a little bit. Really trying. So, if I really put my muscle into it, I'm not as young and strong as a lot of you, but then what kind of weight are you going to put on it? So we're going to test that right now. We interrupt this broadcast for a special announcement. No, really. I just thought that it would be good to just kind of do a little bit of a comparison between my Manfrotto. Now this Manfrotto I bought used and probably paid $300, I don't remember, $300 or so for it several years ago. Several years. I'm talking 10, maybe as much as 10 years ago. The advantages, well, it's got these, if you want the spike on this particular one, now not all Manfrottos have this, but on this one, if you want the spike, you just screw those in. Whereas on this one, if you want the spike, you have to swap them out, as I showed you before. But the spike is solid, and it is more of a spike, so that could be an advantage. The Manfrotto weighs all by itself, just by itself, weighs 7.4 pounds. And the Artcise here, without the extension head or any of that thing, just like it sits here, is 4.6 pounds. So that's a difference of 4.5, 6, about 2.8 pounds, which means that this is at least 50% or approximately 50% heavier than this one to carry around. This one does not have that center pole unless you want it. So you can get down much lower to the ground. This one does have the center pole, and as far as I know, there's nothing you can do about it. However, you can take it out, turn it upside down, and hang the camera from the bottom if you so desire. This one has the famous Manfrotto head, which clips on, but this one has the much more universal Artcise head. That seems to be the direction that a lot of them are going. Obviously, as I showed you, as you flatten these out, you can go much lower, primarily because it doesn't have that that center post. So yes, the head is probably a little more heavy duty than this ball head. So if you need a really heavy duty ball head, your Manfrotto may be the way to go. Although my friend Chad, who I did the box opening for, he has a aftermarket head that is really every bit as solid as this one, and very nice. But this one seems to, like I showed you, once I tightened it down good, I tried to move that with my hands using much more pressure than you would ever use with a camera. This one does have the little attachment on the side if you want to have something where you can attach your phone or something with a cold shoe or even another camera. You can do that. This one came with the bag. Will I ever use that bag? I don't know, but somebody might. So that's a little bit of a comparison, direct comparison between the two. This one's a little thinner as well as being lighter. Notice that this is bulkier. So just several different things to consider as you think about the tripod you want to get. Is the carbon fiber as sturdy as the aluminum? That I couldn't tell you. This one says it'll hold 13.6 pounds. This one says it'll hold a whole lot more than that. I think somewhere I might have read 77, but I don't know if that's realistic. But you saw I was almost able to lift my feet off of the ground. This one, obviously, as you saw, was much taller. This one, at its full height, comes to about here on me. Whereas this one, at its full height, now that's without the center pole raised. On this one, it comes to about here. With the center pole raised, it's up at about where this one is without the center pole raised. You have to weigh those differences. I can't do it for you. So back to our regular programming. Somebody once told me that the only difference between men and boys is the price of their toys. And is the tripod a new toy? Well, a little bit. I've got that old Manfrotto that's been a great tripod for many, many years. Still a good solid tripod. The problem is it's heavy. And it does have a few advantages. It's got those quick clip legs, whereas this one has the screw loose. But they tighten quickly, they loosen quickly, so they seem to be good there. So I wanted a gimbal, and I wanted something that would hold my gimbal solid. You know, the gimbal, this is a Weeble 2S, and let's see if I get used to these things. Or not 2S, a Weeble 2. And why did I get it? Oh, for fun. It's just a toy. Will I ever use it? Sure, I'll use it. Will I use it on tripod? Not as much as I will handheld, but there are some features like time-lapse and things like that that I'm hoping to use on the tripod. On the tripod. Comes with its own little tripod, but it's a little short. And you remember this one went clear up to my bald head with the ball head here, and that was without the extension. This extends up like this, and by the way, I noticed when I was extending it that it has the set screw down here. So if this one has a set screw, I'm sure that this one does too, which really reduces the chance of it coming loose when you don't want it to come loose. So I'm pretty happy with that. Overall, this looks like a good, solid, quality tripod that I can enjoy with my gimbal, with my Sigma 150 to 600 lens on my Canon. I think it's going to be a good, solid tripod. I hope so. If ever I find out that it's not what I expected it to live up to, then I'll let you know. I paid $287 for this. I don't know if I told you that already. With taxes here in Utah, it was a little over $300. And you know, that's not an expensive tripod price. That's a cheap tripod price. But that's what I wanted to check and see if I could get a pretty good quality tripod for a non-professional. I just practice. I used to be a professional, but now it's just for fun, just for good times. So it's lighter, solid, has all of those features. This is Scott Law, the world's oldest vlogger, asking you to keep on keeping on.